why should entrepreneurship be of interest to you during your time at NC State? Well, NC State looks at entrepreneurship from a really broad perspective, right? It's a way of thinking, it's a mindset. So entrepreneurial thinking, it turns out, can be applied to any discipline, any major, any college, and any department that you're a part of. So let's talk a little bit about how entrepreneurial thinking has played a role during the current COVID-19 crisis that we're all in. There's a quote that says, "With great change comes great opportunity." And entrepreneurs tend to thrive in times of great change. They're naturally predisposed to looking at the world in terms of what opportunities exist. What do people need for me to do to help them? So whether in times of calm or in times of crisis, entrepreneurs are constantly pivoting and adjusting to the rapidly changing world around them. Entrepreneurs have to be nimble and flexible in their business decisions and in their actions. Because markets change, technologies change, employees change, and customers change. For example, if a product or service is failing, you have to find a new revenue stream or you may not survive. If what your customers need from you suddenly changes, you have to be ready to adapt or you may not make it. So when COVID-19 forced all of us to reimagine everything about our lives and our businesses, entrepreneurs had a lot of experience with such drastic and rapid change. So most were ready to adjust as needed. When everyone was trying to figure out what this new world looked like of working from home, learning from home, entrepreneurs were used to sometimes having a milk crate as a desk, so it wasn't that big of an adjustment for them. And it was through skills like creative problem solving, the ability to think, act, and do quickly, the ability to be an optimist, who, according to Winston Churchill, sees opportunity in every difficulty. These skills allow entrepreneurial thinkers to thrive in any time of great change, including the events during COVID-19. So let's look at a couple of examples of how NC State entrepreneurs have responded during the crisis. The first company that we're going to talk about is called BetaBox Learning. And it was founded in 2014 by an NC State College of Engineering student. BetaBox Learning brings mobile learning labs in old shipping containers directly to schools, businesses, and communities. Now, their business model pre-COVID-19 was highly interactive. It was in closed spaces, face-to-face teaching and training, and it actually required schools to be in session because kids had to be there, teachers had to be there in order to interact and to learn. But then COVID-19 happens, and they have to adapt to a world of distance learning. So what did they do? Well, they changed their business model and they changed their strategy to the COVID-19 requirements. They've started live streaming STEM videos. They've created self-directed learning quests and at-home learning boxes with teaching instructions designed for parents who might not be used to teaching these materials. In order to help the schools, they've created distance learning class boxes that can be ordered and shipped directly to a student's home or shipped to the school for distribution to students as teachers need it. Their entire business model had to adapt so that they could survive. Now, another great example is a company called Be Downtown. Be Downtown was founded in 2015 by an NC State College of Humanities and Social Sciences student. Be Downtown installs and maintains honeybee hives for corporate campuses for companies such as Delta Airlines, Chick-fil-A, and SAS. In addition to installing and maintaining these honeybee hives, they also provide on-site leadership development and employee engagement activities using the honeybee hives throughout the year. Now, just like we saw with BetaBox Learning, Be Downtown's work is very hands-on. It's face-to-face and highly interactive, in addition to the fact that it requires employees to actually be working on-site. So again, COVID happens and everything changes. Now, not only do they have to find a way to provide all of these services to their clients, but guess what? Honeybees don't pause just because of COVID-19, so they still have to maintain the honeybee hives as well. So, Bee Downtown still wants to be able to spread the word about the joy of honeybees, but they can't do any of their traditional methods. So, they rapidly pivoted to an online engagement strategy. They created things like virtual honeybee hive tours, video tutorials on honeybee education, a virtual leadership training program based on how honeybee communities operate, and they made easily downloadable educational resources for children, parents, and educators, all during the social distancing way of life that we've become used to. Now, Bee Downtown was very open and very public about this process. The CEO spent time on social media and on their website telling people what to expect and telling people how it was going. And it wasn't perfect, and they acknowledged that, but that was okay. It worked, and they were able to quickly test and refine lots of new ideas for Bee Downtown. Now, not all entrepreneurs had to rapidly change their business models. Some NC State entrepreneurs had to adapt in other ways. There's a company called Second Nature. Now, they were formerly known as Filter Easy, but their new name is Second Nature. They were founded in 2012 by two Poole College of Management students. Second Nature has revolutionized the process of replacing dirty air filters in people's homes with fresh, clean air filters. Through a subscription service, homeowners no longer have to remember what size air filters they need to buy or when they need to buy them. These filters simply show up at their door when it's time to replace them. So when COVID-19 hit, their business model didn't necessarily need to change that much, right? People were still at home, people still needed to change their air filters, and delivery services were still functioning. However, the founders of Second Nature realized that the non-woven materials in air filters weren't all that different from the non-wovens that were needed to make face masks. And at this time, face masks were in dire shortage. So they rapidly pivoted their distribution facilities in what they called their civic duty to help ease this shortage. Now, using their entrepreneurial spirit, the strengths of their team, some rapid prototyping techniques, and some borrowed equipment, they were able to establish early production goals of 15,000 masks per day, as well as hire on additional employees. It's a wonderful story of resiliency from an NC State entrepreneurial company. Now, the last example that we're going to talk about is a company that was actually created. It was born out of the COVID-19 crisis. And it's a company called Easy Masks. Now, when a hosiery mill in High Point, North Carolina was deemed an unessential business, the machines and the employees there were left idle. But not for long, because two NC State College of Engineering students became part of a team that brought these machines back to life to produce high-quality, comfortable, reusable, and washable face masks. Using an entrepreneurial drive, this team went through a very rapid prototyping process and quickly ramped up manufacturing. And now, Easy Masks can be found in stores and online. So, if any of this has sounded interesting to you and sounds like something you'd like to become involved in, let me tell you how NC State can help you become a stronger entrepreneurial thinker. NC State entrepreneurship encompasses events and programs and resources all across campus, right? Any student in any college in any program can participate. And all of these resources have helped us earn a ranking of the number 10 undergraduate entrepreneurship program in the country, and we're really proud of that. So some of the resources that might be of interest to you. First off is the Entrepreneur's Garage on Centennial Campus. Now, the garage is a place where student entrepreneurs can prototype, they can ideate, they can hold team brainstorming sessions, and really, they can just get to know other entrepreneurial thinkers throughout campus. So I'm going to let this quick video show it to you better than I can explain it. So as you can see, the Entrepreneurs Garage on Centennial Campus is a really exciting place to be. We'd love for you to come and check it out. Another resource that's available to you is called the E-Clinic in downtown Raleigh. The E-Clinic uses sort of a hospital teaching model to help our on-campus entrepreneurial thinkers embed in real-world entrepreneurial organizations working on real-world entrepreneurial challenges. A third resource for you is the Albright Entrepreneurs Village. Now, this is one of NC State's amazing living and learning communities. Now, this village is on Centennial Campus in Innovation Hall, and it's available for sophomores and up, so it's definitely something that you should keep in mind if you're living on campus in future years. Now, in addition to these resources, NC State entrepreneurship exists everywhere on campus. We have events, activities, courses, academic programs, and things like arts entrepreneurship, social entrepreneurship, the Engineering Entrepreneurs Program, and agribusiness entrepreneurship. We have an Association of Women Entrepreneurs. And in addition to these and many other things, we have academic programs like majors and minors. We even have an undergraduate certificate in interdisciplinary entrepreneurship that will let you experience entrepreneurship from multiple places throughout campus and layer that certificate onto any major that you're getting at NC State. So if you're not really sure where to get started, I'd like to suggest that you consider a general education course called EI 201, which gives you an introduction to this world of entrepreneurial thinking. It'll help you figure out what entrepreneurial thinking could mean to you and where might your best fit in this world be. And in addition to all of these things, we also offer things like trips and tours to entrepreneurial hotspots like New York and Boston and Silicon Valley. We have an amazing competition every year called the Lulu E-Games, and we have a fall festival in entrepreneurship called Entrepalooza that we'd love to see you at. So, from an NC State alumni to the future of NC State University, let me welcome you to the Wolfpack family. Let me let you know that myself and all of us in NC State entrepreneurship cannot wait to meet you. And as always, go Pack.